Gives me good pleasure to be
Hey,
joined with Miss Rainbow Star, multi-time award nominee Rainbow Star. How's it?
better than ever, Kenny. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Good, good. First and foremost, congrats to you on your nominations for this year's Lexington Music Awards.
You are so kind. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I appreciate that.
And it was just a little over a month ago that I've seen you perform in person for the first time. It was at the Al's Bar, and I think it was on the same week that there was speculation to whether the bar the bar was going to be on sale, but there's no word on
Hmm.
who's going to buy it or not. And it was you. It was a fellow nominee, Vanessa Davis. Congrats on her nominations as well. And
Absolutely.
Livia Faith. She is
Yes.
was on The Voice around this time a year ago, and I got a glimpse of Rainbow Star and who she is as an artiste, what she's all about. So mellow, laid back. Just music is just beautiful and whatnot. It was just an incredible set that I've got a chance to see from you, and now I see what the fuss is all about with Rainbow Star. So I'm glad I got a glimpse before the nominees instead of me being late to the party. So it was um it was great to see you in person. We'll talk about a variety of things, but first things first. What was your reaction when you first heard that you was up for the awards?
Well, oh, wow. Yeah, I was totally surprised and exhilarated and grateful. And, you know, I was just thinking about it before the call. And, I mean, I worked my ass off for this. I did. And yet it took not only this tight-knit community here, like, to create the song and then, like, to vote it in. Like, people here were just really banding together and very supportive. But, like, truly, if you want to get philosophical about it and you really think back, like, how many different people affected and supported those people, and we could really go on in infinity, and, like, you know, every little bit of action that we take is created by the actions of so many people. I mean, truly, if you want to expand upon it, like, everyone throughout all of time has contributed in some small way for things like this to happen. And it's really exciting. It's wonderful. And I want to say congratulations to you, too, because your show is up for a nomination as well.
That is correct. I'm up for the best radio DJ category. Uh,
Yay!
I'm nominated in the category for the fourth year in a row.
Wow.
It's just to see how far we all have come in the local music community. For me in particular, I was just interviewing independent, unsigned artists. And once I moved back to Lexington, I started interviewing artists all over Kentucky. And to get the support that I've gotten these last several years definitely means a lot. And it just shows that, hey, I'm doing something. So
Mm-hmm.
it feels pretty good. The awards is going to be quite exciting to see friends of mine that I've kept track with throughout the years, seeing their progress as artists and as people, to see them just being much for their hard work, and to see an artist like you, this isn't just Lexington, it's all over central Kentucky and other areas that's being
Yeah.
acknowledged. So that just says how versatile this community is and what it can be. So it feels pretty good. I did play one of your songs a little bit earlier. The award nominating song, named after your city, Berea. Um, I love the song. I love when an artist can just do a song about their city, what it means to them. Talk about
Mhm.
working on that song in particular.
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing how it came about. It's super magical, really. So May is our local dulcimer maker. He's a woodworker, and he has a shop in like the Boone Tavern Square, College Square they call it, and it's really super old shop. He's been there for decades upon decades, and I was in there playing around with his dulcimers one day and chatting with him, and he was playing for me, and I was telling him about that I'd started writing on dulcimer. Anybody, and he said, "You need to write a Berea song. You need to write a Kentucky song." And also telling him in 2017. And I walk out of the shop after he challenged me because I was like, hey, I will do it. So I walk out of the shop and I run directly into a friend of mine I hadn't seen in eons, and he had just moved to Berea, Caneyville, out near Bowling Green, and so we had a wonderful interaction. And I go home and I pick up my banjo dulcimer, and I'm sitting here at the Rainbow Sparkle Palace, my tiny house in Homestead, in the Appalachian foothills here in Berea, and the chorus just came to me, and because I was singing and my voice was like echoing off the hills in the holler here, and one of the original very first verses had to do with the voice echoing off the hills in the holler. So yeah, because I was writing outside in my hammock, which is like the prime songwriting spot here at the Rainbow Sparkle Palace. So, and then the actual recording of the song was done in a geodesic dome. There was actually a home that we outfitted for a studio to record music from the Rainbow Sparkle Palace Volume 1 that came out in August. And so we retrofitted this geodesic dome, this house, because it had super amazing acoustics. I used to cat sit there, and it happened to be on Pine Valley Drive, the street that I grew up on, which is mentioned in the song. This song's about my daddy named Little Pine Valley Drive. True story. And we recorded the record on Pine Valley Drive. I would pass my childhood home, which we left when I was 9, each of the 4 days on the way to record. It was so mind-blowing, really mind-blowing. And a group of my friends came to join me on the chorus of that song, as well as a neighbor who had, like a childhood neighbor who still lives there. She came, like, walked over, brought some cookies, like, freaking amazing. Like, you can't make this stuff up, so.
So what was the reaction that you got from your, fellow people in your own city when they first heard the song?
Yeah, it's been an earworm. People say it gets stuck in their head. Sometimes I feel a little apologetic about that. It feels like it might be invasive to do that to people, but no, people really like it, and it's always so moving. Like, I had a show last night here in town, which doesn't happen frequently, to, play in your own town. You try not to play out in your own town too much. But it's so moving when people join me on the chorus. Like, the first time it happened, I almost had to stop playing because I was going to cry. It was just so beautiful.
That's awesome to, get that warm reception from people in your hometown. I've had talks with people that are local artists, and they don't really get that strong support from people in their own towns.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very unfortunate because there's a lot of hard-working men and women in this community, and they put their heart and soul into it, and the least people can do is give them a listen. Regardless if it's the type of music that you prefer, and but to hear from you and the support you getting, from your people in your own city, that's, whether it's a song or you just going to a show, that's very encouraging. It just shows that, you're doing something out here and people are with you all the way. So it's an incredible time in the local music scene, I believe, just to support. And I'm very excited about what's next for you and everyone else locally in 2019 moving forward. It's it's going to be incredible times. Now you being a songwriter, people get inspired in a variety of ways. What inspires you as a songwriter? What gets you in the mood to put us to just the writing song in particular?
Well, I got to tell you, I like to say that fairy muses gift my songs to me, and this is a thing that I have felt and known since I was 7 years old, writing poetry. I always felt like there were these little creatures in the woods that would like become invisible and like whisper these songs in my ears. And so what ends up happening a lot of times is I'll be in like that theta brain state, like vacuuming or pressure washing or like doing something, kind of mind-numbing, and a song will arrive, and I grab my iPhone, I grab an instrument, I hit record on the voice recorder on my iPhone, and just boom, the whole thing comes out. Sometimes it's longer than it needs to be, and I have to cut it down. But then I'll usually spend like the next few weeks listening to the song over and over and over to learn like all the nuances. Inevitably, completely unable to replicate it precisely as it came in that moment. Like my timing is always a little bit different. My voice is always a little bit different than like the rawness and organicness of that moment. So actually, my next record, Music from the Rainbow Sparkle Palace Volume 2. And I promise my third record will have a much shorter title. So it's coming out spring or summer. But most of the tracks there are the tracks straight from my iPhone, from the voice recorder app on my iPhone that we're running through GarageBand and Studio One to sound a little bit better. But to be honest, they sound really great, like even on my car stereo, like just the recordings from my phone. But they are the original, like, pure raw capturing of the song, and they sound so much better than I ever sound when I'm in a studio because I get red light fever real bad. So it's really exciting to be able to like just offer these super raw, like almost like downloads from some kind of divine space, that's how they arrive to me. That's how I see it.
Just to hear the passion of your just to hear the passion out of your voice definitely shows you certainly have a way of getting to people's souls with what you're talking musically, and poetry, like is it's very appealing, I think. So it's pretty awesome. So where can people give your music a listen on the internet as far as digital music platforms?
Yeah, it's on all the platforms. RainbowStarMusic.com is my website, but you can find me on YouTube, Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, all that.
And social media feeds, where can people keep up with you, and do you have any like upcoming performances and shows that people need to keep an eye on?
Yeah, Facebook and Insta are my mainstay, and it's at Rainbow Star Music on both of those, Facebook.com/Rainbow Star Music. And at this moment, I don't have any like official date set, but there are a couple things that are in the works that I'm not allowed to speak about yet. But but last night's show was amazing here in town, and yeah.
But it was great chatting with you, Rainbow Star. Again, congratulations on your nominations. Continue. Good luck. Tomorrow, I will be in attendance, hearing your name, rooting for you, and I look forward to seeing you at a future show. I know that we really didn't get a chance to speak at Alice Bar per se, but I was there. So hopefully the next time I see you in person, we'll actually chat face to face. So,
dude, I will see you tomorrow at the awards show, and if you're going to the after party, dancing is my #1 favorite thing after swimming. So I will see you there at the after party at least,
I'm all for that too. So, continued success, and I'll see you at the awards tomorrow.
Yeah, bless you. Thank you so much.